Good morning, everyone. Today I'd like to start off my presentation asking y'all a couple of questions. First, if you had the ability to save someone without giving up anything or anyone, would you be willing to do it? Second, would you be willing to give someone the gift of life even after you have left this earth? Third, and how many of you guys are registered organ donors? Okay. Well, today I'd like to persuade you to become organ donors and talk about how you can become an organ donor after you die and how your family and organ donor recipients benefit from your donation. I have suffered the loss of loved ones that unfortunately didn't have the chance of receiving an organ transplant to stay alive. So I started to realize that there are many people out there that need an organ transplant but are having to be put on a waiting list that has more than 120,000 people in front of them. Well, people right here in the United States need help in our organs. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, only 9,446 people have registered as organ donors this year out of 120,000 people on the waiting list to receive an organ donation. And so far, there have only been 19,262 organ transplants. The average wait for a kidney is 416 days, 28 days for a liver, and 162 days for a heart. And a new name is added to the national waiting list every 10 minutes. That means that if this class is 50 minutes long, 5 people will be added to the list while we are here. And approximately 10 people will die every day waiting for a heart transplant. Organ donation is very important. You choose what organs or tissues to donate. The needed organs and tissues are the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, corneas, bones, skin, heart valves, and blood vessels. And this is how you make sure your organs are donated. First, by talking with your family about your decision, because they will be involved in donation arrangements after you have died. And if they don't know what your wishes are, then they may never be carried out. Second, mark your driver's license to indicate your intentions to become an organ donor. Fill out and sign and carry a uniform donor card with you. This donor card says what organs you wish to be donated and has places for your family members to sign as witnesses after you have discussed your decision with them. Organ donation benefits your family and the family of the recipients. If you do donate your organs, your family and the people who receive your organs might benefit in a similar way. Well, one family would be suffering the loss of the other family is getting a gift of life. For the family suffering loss, knowing that their relatives gave life to others can give satisfaction and a sense of comfort. The tragedy of losing someone you love could be turned into a blessing for someone else. For example, in the story of Daisy, an organ donor from Maryland who from an early childhood suffered from a heart malformation. At the age of 17, her doctor decided she needed an organ transplant. Although the surgery was successful, an undiscovered brain aneurysm ruptured shortly afterwards, and Daisy was declared brain dead. Her parents, Rosa and Francisco, decided to donate Daisy's organs, a decision that helps them deal with their pain up to this day. Francisco and Rosa are now volunteers for the Washington Regional Transplant Community in the National Capital Area. As you can see, donating your organs can be one of the most important decisions you will ever make and also the greatest gift you could ever give. The gift of life is the most amazing gift anyone can give, and what made me register as an organ donor is the fact that after I'm gone, I will have no use of my organs, so why should I deprive someone else of using them? I've informed you about the scarcity of organ donors, how you can become an organ donor after you die, and how your family and organ recipients benefit from your donation. You become a donor by talking to your family and making sure they know you want to be a donor. Sign a donor card and indicate your wishes on your driver's license. Now I hope I have persuaded you to keep in mind that 10 people who are alive now will be dead tomorrow, and not because they were in a car accident, or because they were gunned down, or because their time had come. Not even because they weren't in the hospital, but simply because they couldn't obtain a transplant in time. Thank you.